Okay, so let's get right into it. There is something huge happening right under our noses. The fundamental way we all discover pretty much anything online, businesses, ideas, you name it, is going through this massive but kind of quiet shift. It's time we talked about the new rules of online discovery. This quote right here, it absolutely nails it. You know that feeling of the open, connected web where everything was just a click away? Well, that's changing. The platforms we use every single day are basically turning into walled gardens. They're pulling up the drawbridge and starting to decide who gets in, who gets out, and what it's going to cost. And that really leads to the big question for you, right? If you're running a business, if you're a creator, if you're anyone trying to get seen online, your old playbook, well, it just might not work anymore. So let's unpack what's really going on and what it means. All right, first up, the internet's drawbridge is up. Let's talk about why the old rules just don't apply anymore. Now, just look at this comparison, because it lays out the shift so clearly. In the past, we had the open web. Getting seen meant you got traffic to your site, simple, and you were in the driver's seat, searching for content. But today, we live in these walled gardens where getting visibility doesn't actually guarantee a single click, and it's the algorithms, not us, that are deciding what we see. So, what this all boils down to is a brand new reality. Links are starting to cost money. AI is giving people answers without them ever needing to visit your website. And the algorithms, well, they're the new gatekeepers of all our attention. Let me show you how this is playing out with a couple of really big examples. First, let's talk about Instagram. They're taking a feature people have wanted for ages, links in captions, and basically turning it into a toll booth. You want to send people off the platform? You might have to pay for passage. And look, this is not about making things easier for users. Just check out the rules. It's only for people who pay for Meta Verified. You only get 10 links a month, and get this, it's not even available for business accounts. This is sending a massive signal. Instagram is building a new way to make money, and sending traffic off their app is probably going to cost you. And you can see how this just creates a huge mess for brands. Say your business wants to share a link. Well, you can't use the feature. So now you have to go find a creator who pays for Meta Verified and then pay them to post the link for you. It just adds all this extra cost and hassle into the mix. Okay, next up, Google. They're taking this whole idea a step further. They're building a future where you get all the answers you need without ever having to click on a single link. Let me introduce you to Ask Maps. It's a new feature powered by their AI, Gemini, and it's baked right into Google Maps. It lets you ask for stuff just like you'd ask a person. So you can ask it something supernatural, like this. And instead of you having to sort through a long list of restaurants, the AI just does the work and serves you up a nice little curated list. Super convenient for you, right? But what does that mean for all those businesses? Well, it's a perfect example of what people are calling the zero-click web. You get your answer right there on Google. And the business that provided that info, they never get your click. This is so important. Visibility no longer equals traffic. People might see you, but they're not visiting you. And here's what that actually means. The AI is only going to show a handful of options. That means way fewer businesses ever get seen in the first place. And for local spots, the competition for those top AI-picked slots just got incredibly intense. It's not about just showing up in search results anymore. It's about being chosen by the algorithm. But look, this isn't just about a few new features on Instagram or Google. This is part of a much bigger, fundamental shift in how we all behave online and how we discover, well, anything. Just take a look at Disney Plus. They actually launched a feature called Verts, which is, you guessed it, basically a TikTok feed right inside their app. When a media giant like Disney is copying TikTok, you know which way the wind is blowing. They're adapting to this passive, endless scroll behavior. This captures the change in our mindset perfectly. We used to be active searchers. We'd ask, what do I want to watch? Now, we're passive receivers. We just command, show me what's next. We fully expect the algorithm to just serve us up whatever it thinks we'll like. So, with all these drawbridges going up and algorithms acting as gatekeepers, how in the world do you break through? Well, the answer isn't to just try and outsmart the algorithm. It's to build something the algorithms can't control. It's time to build your unalgorithmic advantage. And this right here, this is the new goal. This is the core strategy. You're not aiming to be a lucky find in an ocean of search results anymore. The goal is to become a destination, to build a brand so strong that people don't find you by accident, they look for you on purpose. So, how do you actually do that? You focus on the assets you own and control. Think of it like this. Stop building your entire house on rented land, like social media. You need to own your land. That means your email list, a direct line to your audience that no algorithm can mess with. It means your website, a real destination full of value. And most important, it's about those direct client relationships, turning customers into your biggest fans. And if you want to see a masterclass in this, look no further than Apple. On Instagram, their content is exactly what you'd expect. Polished, clean, traditional. But on TikTok, they wiped their account and started over. It's chaotic, it's trendy, it's full of Gen Z humor. It's the same brand, but it's like they're speaking a completely different language for a different audience. And the lesson here is just brilliant. To connect with people, you have to speak the native language of the platform you're on. Apple totally shifted their format and tone for TikTok, but they never lost their core voice. They're making the trends work for them. Which brings us all back to the final critical question we all need to be asking ourselves. In this new world where the algorithm controls discovery, how will people find you? And here's the answer. They won't just stumble upon you anymore. Your brand, your value, your connection has to be so strong that they don't just find you, they look for you. And that is the new rule of online discovery.